Hello and good evening from the Tullys on the Vestal Parkway. My name is Brooks Hill, joined with the bad boy of hockey himself, Brant Sherwood. Here, we're going to recap a couple of games from this past weekend. Apologies for the delay in the action tonight. I hold that to myself and getting set up in an adequate amount of time, so I do apologize for that. So, before we talk about last weekend, we want to let everybody know we have a very, very, very important night coming up this Friday night. It's the annual Teddy Bear Toss Night presented by our friends over at 98.1 The Hawk. So, all stuffed animals are welcome inside the arena. When the Black Bears score the first goal of the night, their first goal of the night, I should say, everyone's going to throw all the stuffed animals onto the ice, and we are going to flood the sheet with a plethora of stuffed animals. So, we saw a unicorn last year. I think we had a stuffed banana. Let's see here. We had a teddy bear, of course, some dogs, some cats. I think we even had a kangaroo when we were going through it. I know you weren't here with us last year, Brant, quite yet when we had it in middle of December, but it's a very big night. All the stuffed animals donated will go to the Crime Victims Assistance Center, helping families who have been displaced and are going through a hard time this holiday season. So a great cause coming up on Friday night. And have you ever been a part of a teddy bear toss as a player in your history?
Yes, plenty of times I've been part of a teddy bear toss. But on Friday we're coming for the Hershey Bears record.
Yeah,
we're gunning for it. So we'll see if we can leapfrog them and get some big numbers on the ice as far as the stuffed animals go. But yeah, I've been a part of it. I've never scored one, which that's pretty memorable. It's like a game-winning goal or overtime goal or something like that. But I was on the ice for one of my buddies scoring it, and he'll never live it down, and it's assistant coach Nick DeVito and Roanoke. So yeah, he got one, and he was pretty proud of it, and I think he's still smiling about it.
Now, Grant, did you guys go on to win that game?
I don't remember.
Okay,
we probably lost, but
that's not good to hear. But it's a phenomenon that's really kind of taken over minor league hockey. Over the years. You mentioned the Hershey Bears. They probably do it the best out of anybody.
Oh, yeah, big time.
And they are the ones who've kind of made it famous. The Black Bears have done it now for 3 years. And last year, I believe it was 12 seconds in that I think Tyson Kirkby actually had the assist on the goal.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, I think somebody might have knocked it in when it was already going in.
Oh, they stole it, huh?
Yeah. So, but good to see that hopefully Tyson will have another opportunity to score the first goal again this season.
Very cool experience, very
Absolutely.
cool sight, all that. It's a lot better than beer cans getting tossed into the arena.
I wouldn't know anything about that. But it's a great opportunity, and I can't implore you enough. If you haven't been to a game this season or you're watching from home, our friends on YouTube, please consider getting tickets to Friday night's game against the Elmira River Sharks. It's 7 p.m. puck drop, Vision Veterans Memorial Arena. Also, just to entice you even more to bring stuffed animals to the game, if you bring a stuffed animal, you receive a buy one, get one free voucher for the game on New Year's Eve, which is also a very big holiday game this year for the Black Bears. That'll be against the Danbury Hat Tricks. I guess that's a perfect transition into what conspired last weekend. 3 games. You said it was like a mini playoff series against the defending champions in Danbury. A Wednesday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. It was 3 games in 4 days, but if you go back 1 week, you guys ended up playing 5 games in 9 days. And we know how the results kind of ended out for you guys, but besides the wins and losses for the Black Bears, what are you most proud about the way that the guys took care of themselves over the 9-day span and continue to battle through, 60 or 65 minutes some nights?
Just their resiliency. Their effort's second to none, and they came out losing that Saturday against Watertown, and I kind of challenged them that week, and we were short bodies. We had some guys injured, and they stepped up to the plate. We went in Wednesday night in bingo, and we were rolling 9-5, and we ended up pulling it off. So I'm very happy with these guys. I love going to work with them every day, and just seeing how excited they are to come to the rink and put on the boots and go to work.
You were talking about the injuries. You know, we had Matuboy Lar, Connor Smith not play last week, dealing with some injuries themselves. Do you have an update for everybody on Boylar and Smith on where they stand?
Yeah, we'll just label them upper and lower body injuries. We don't need to
Oh yeah,
I just
meant their status, how they're looking.
Oh, they're looking good for this weekend, so we expect them to be back in the lineup, and we have a healthy team now, and yeah, we should be taking it to the Elmira River Sharks on Friday.
Yeah, you know, it's really different. I guess it's a benefactor of last week you guys played 3 games in 4 days. This week, you only have 1 game to prepare for, and it is Elmira on Friday night. I know that, you know, the recovering process for the guys can be, you know, just as important as, like, the maintaining of their body, like, during the week after after practice, working out, stretching, you know, getting treatment from the trainers, that kind of stuff. But does it feel, I guess, a little bit better that there's only 1 game this week that you're preparing for?
It feels better, but at the same time, you just can't let complacency seep into the room. It's, you know, 1 game on the weekend, you kind of think it's going to be an easy week, and even our practice today, like, I understand it's tough. 5 games in 9 days. You wanna work hard every single day, but it becomes difficult, and you need that R&R, that rest and recovery. And I'm a firm believer in giving guys days off when they need it, especially when guys are banged up. So I'm looking at a little bit more higher pace practice tomorrow, and then be all out on Friday. They got nothing to save it for, and then we'll head down to Carolina the following week.
Yeah, it's a you know, we're getting ready for it. We won't have another Tully's Good Times until after we get back from Winston-Salem. So Elmira this Friday, and then the Carolina Thunderbirds in Winston-Salem on December 8th and 9th. I know I'm looking forward to that road trip a whole lot. Get to see some family and some friends from back home, but can't overlook Elmira this week. Just like you tell the guys on the team, got to take it 1 game at a time. And I know a lot of guys I saw like in the steam room yesterday come do a workout, maybe get a little ice bath in. You know, I had to rest my voice a little bit. There was a lot on me for those 3 days as well.
Yeah, you should hear Tom's voice. It's completely gone. I can barely hear him when he's in the office. No, and kudos to Tom and Andreas for stepping in Friday. They showed up and they did a great job and managed the bench very well and got the boys a W and kept everything together and afloat. So very happy with those guys stepping in. But yeah, on Monday we had probably like half the team in there. Sporadically throughout the day, whether it's morning, afternoon, guys getting in a workout or getting in the steam room or just hopping in the Normatex or doing some stim. I know Kirk was on the stim machine doing a lot of rest and recovery, so his legs should be going this upcoming weekend. But yeah, we have a team that is you know, self-sustained. Like they hold themselves accountable, and I don't need to be harping on them or breathing down their neck all the time, and they show up ready to work. I'll pop in to see how things are going in the weight room, and they're all busting their chops. So it's been great.
Do you think that's the biggest difference between last year's team and this year's team?
One of the biggest differences. It's these guys aren't the type of people that say, like, do you know who I am and where I played and what I did? It's just kind of like, go to work every day. Everyone's a good person, and we're a good group, and I can't ask for any better individuals.
Yeah, you know, speaking of individuals, busy week for transactions for the Black Bears as well. Before Friday's game, one of the fan favorites, Don Oliveri, re-signed with the team, and he was able to play in 2 out of the 3 games, the final 2, I should say. Had 4 goals in 2 games, so pretty good start for Oliveri, but you got to feel that the guys were definitely excited to see him back in the room. And then after you guys played with only 5 defensemen the night before, you were able to slot him in on defense both nights. I know that he switched a couple shifts with Jesse Anderson here and there during the game because of field and who's in the penalty box with that kind of stuff. But really big to see Don have a big impact right from game one this season.
And honestly, I didn't expect that. I thought he was going to be a little rusty. He told me he didn't put his equipment on since the last game to end it.
That's gotta feel. That's gotta feel.
So I was a little
serious.
nervous. I was thinking maybe like put him in the 10th forward spot or kind of spot him here or there. But once he got out there, you can just see his mind take over, and he kind of outthinks everyone on the ice. You can just see his creativity. And obviously his shot catches the eye. He has an East Coast AHL shot, and we're very lucky to have Don. And the boys do like when he shows up, and that's huge for kind of a weekend guy that has a regular job during the week.
Yeah.
You need to be able to mesh with the guys and kind of have that welcoming and excitement. Oh, Don's coming to town, and that's how the boys react when he walks in.
Just to personally add to what you just said, afterwards, I'm walking out, everything like that. I don't expect everybody to, say something to me. Like, I try to give everybody fist bumps, everything like that. One thing, especially with a weekend guy, I don't know that everybody knows everybody's name from the front office. Don's hey, Brooks, nice job tonight. Like, I'll see you next. And he's like, I'll see you back on this date, everything like that. And I was like, oh. Okay, all right, yeah, thank you.
No, he's super personable, and I think it just goes with his experience. He's been in locker rooms for almost like 9 years, like in a professional locker room. So I first started off playing with him, and I have to owe Don a lot of credit. He got me called up to the SP. He's got me called up to the East Coast. So he's kind of like my personal agent, and just to have him back and just be working with him on kind of a different side of things. And this organization's very lucky to have him, and we're very proud of Don's past couple games.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, 4 goals in 2 games for the Don himself. Also, now has that dad strength. Yeah, and I think I saw that in the shot on Saturday night.
He's just got to shed some dad weight now.
Oh,
so couple more games.
Oh, got some woes from the peanut gallery over there.
Yeah, hopefully Don's not watching.
I don't know if he knows that we're on YouTube, but the shot on Saturday night, in and out before I could even blink. Truth be told, if I didn't see the red light, I thought it went off the crossbar. It came back out so fast.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, but what's giving me more of a panic attack was his little stick battle at the blue line. So it could have easily went the other way, but that's Don, man. He creates opportunities by gambling a little bit, and there's a risk reward, and a lot of the time it's a reward. So yes, he has a cannon of a shot.
Yep. Also worth mentioning, it was announced yesterday that Brendan Stanko was called up to the SPHL, the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs, your former team. I believe Don's former team as well, right?
No, he was never
not
a dog.
Don's? Okay.
He wasn't gritty enough to be a dog, so.
Okay. Well, maybe that'll motivate him to be a little bit greedier, but I know that you have some connections with the Rail Yard Dogs still, a lot of the same people in management and ownership, and I believe coaching as well. But even though in the moment you get upset that Brendan Stanko is not going to be here with the Black Bears, you're excited for him that he gets the opportunity to move up and play a level higher and has an opportunity to really pursue his dream.
Yeah, well, it's just kind of the whole culture here is like we want people that are motivated. We want people that want to climb the ladder and move up the ranks. So that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for complacency. We're not looking for guys to be comfortable. It's actually a recruiting tool of mine. Like, hey, we move players up. We pride ourselves in keeping the best interests of the players in mind. So we're very happy for Stanko, but obviously we would love for him to stay. But
yeah,
it's what he wants, and that's what Andreas, myself, and Tom support is just kind of wanting the best for these guys. And I have a good feeling he's gonna dominate up there as well. And I think it was just a matter of time. Like he was putting up a ridiculous amount of points, and he's catching some eyes. I'm happy he went to my old team, and I know Dan Bremner's gonna take care of him up there, and some of the guys I used to play with, and he's just super excited to get the call. And if things don't work out, we'll have big open arms to welcome him back.
Yeah, well, we sure hope that Brendan Stanko finds success, not only in Roanoke, but whatever in life that he chooses on. He's a great young man. really funny attitude. It's great. Practice will probably be a little bit quieter now that Stanko is not going to be out there for the time being, but we wish him the best of luck. And right now, luck does not seem to be on the fortune of the Elmira River Sharks. They haven't been able to really figure it out here since the last time that they actually beat Binghamton in overtime. You know, they're on the end of a 5-game losing streak right here, and they weren't able to come up with anything against Motor City, but always dangerous. Like you said, you're going to get your best shot when you play Elmira. You know, it's the kind of whole big brother, little brother kind of thing that you talk about.
Yeah.
But have you talked to guys about, hey, also remember, like these guys have beaten you, and like we have to take them just as serious as we take them as Danbury?
Well, I just think that of the North Division, I think it's super competitive. I think Watertown's very good, Danbury's good, and you can't overlook Elmira. Like they have some players, and they're gonna bring their best against us because we have a couple of faces over there. But yeah, even now Motor City is involved, and I think they're top 2, top 3 team after the realignment. But every night's going to be a battle, and you can't take it off, and you got to take every team seriously and respect your opponents, plain and simple.
Yeah, that's something I've learned watching not only our games this year, but also
NHL?
Watching NHL. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night. Remember, the other team is paid to play the game too, just like your favorite team is. But one thing worth mentioning is last time at home, Binghamton did win. Last time in Elmira did win in overtime, but Friday night's game inside the confines of the Vision Veterans Memorial Arena. You mentioned Motor City, and with the division realignment, we haven't talked about that since the last time we were out here at Tully's. That's a midseason announcement. It's a little bit odd, but how do you handle the adjustment knowing that those games now against Motor City are that much more important, that they're divisional games compared to cross-division matchups?
They're absolutely huge because I've said this last year after like watching video and when we went into Detroit. I just had an eerie feeling. They're well coached, they're very detailed, and they work their tails off. So it's going to be an all-out battle against those guys, and it'll be tight. It'll be tight, and it'll be tight down the stretch. And I think some of the teams that were sitting out and kind of watching us like carry away our division to start the year got a little nervous and, complained a little bit. So
yeah.
I think that's why the realignment happened. I don't quite know, but yeah, it should be very interesting playing those guys. But like you said, every team's pretty good in this league. With the 19-man roster, every team's competitive. It could be a total turnaround after Christmas. You could expect Elmira with a bunch more wins and kind of leapfrogging Watertown or Danbury possibly. So you never really know in this game.
Yeah, that's true. I mentioned it on broadcast when we were wrapping up the post-game show that you have to expect eventually Danbury is going to figure it out. They're not going to be below 500 at the end of the year. Yeah. I think those would be, pretty heavy odds if to have Danbury with a winning record. Now that Motor City is involved in the division, there's 6 points separating first place and second place. They did lose in overtime this week on Wednesday night to Watertown, but they did beat Elmira twice at First Arena. So in case you didn't know, the standings are right now. Binghamton's at the top in first place, Motor City's in second, Danbury in third, Watertown in fourth, and Elmira in fifth. So you're going to get your best shot against the Elmira River Sharks here this upcoming Friday for Teddy Bear Toss Night. Coach Sherwood, I don't think you have anything going on this Friday, right? Last Friday I know you were a little, preoccupied. But this Friday you're good.
Yeah, I got a surprise phone call and told I couldn't be coaching that night, but it was kind of voluntary. But it is what it is. I'm happy Tom and Andrea stepped in. I just I would expect another team to treat me or our organization with the same courtesy we do when they come into our building, but we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, how about that? All right, we'll just leave it right there. That's head coach Brant Sherwood. Friendly reminder that the next Tully's Good Times with Coach Show will be on December 12th at 6 p.m. here at the Tully's Vestal Parkway location. So that's the next show. It's the final show of 2023 before we flip the calendar to 2024. So December 12th, next Tully's Good Times with Coach show. We're going to take a short time out. We'll be right back, and we're going to talk to one of the Black Bears goaltenders, find out who it is right after this.
The Black Bears return home on December 1st at 7 p.m. for Teddy Bear Toss Night, presented by 98 Won the Hawk. All the stuffed animals thrown onto the ice will be donated to the Crime Victims Assistance Center. Grab your tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. We can't wait to see you there. Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
Wanting more Black Bears hockey? Season tickets are on sale. Visit binghamtonblackbears.com or call the front office at 607-722-7367 to learn more.
Welcome back into the Tully's Good Times with Coach show. I'm joined over here on my right, the left side of your screen, by Black Bears goaltender Sam Lavecchi. Sam, thanks for coming on, and we appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Well, no secret, you're one of the youngest guys on this Black Bears team. So exactly, how old exactly are you?
I'm 21.
21.
Yeah, freshly.
Freshly 21. All right, so 5-0-0 this year, record. First professional hockey games. What has it been like here this, first month and a half of the season? Has it been a roller coaster for you, adjusting to like a new kind of, time schedule, daily routine, pro life?
So definitely the pro life's more professional, obviously. Coming from junior hockey, no one's really goofing off. You just got to learn to take it way more seriously. It's your job now. But the culture here is great. It's always so up-tempo, super easy to play with the guys. They make my life really easy. So, but yeah, I have a blast with it. It's super fun.
What would you say is the biggest difference between your junior days and now with the Black? Now, granted, you skipped the collegiate hockey side of things, correct? You
Yes.
came straight from juniors. Okay,
Yep.
So that is a big transition. You kind of skip that little bit of middle ground that some people, like I see Andrew Logar, I see Dan Stone over here, Tyson Kirkby's here as well. Those guys, juniors, college, pro. You just went junior, pro. So what's the biggest difference between professional and junior? Because I think if I ask one of them, they might say something different from pro to college.
Mm-hmm. So obviously the level of hockey, the skill level, night and day. And then with juniors, it's almost half-fast compared to here. You get to the rink, you skate for an hour, go home. Here you're at the rink half your day sometimes. You got the best. The facility is also a huge difference. You got a nice gym. You got plenty of time to get the body right. In juniors, you kind of just go with the flow, set schedule. Here, it's just on you, and that's comes with self-discipline. You kind of learn to discipline yourself to be better.
Is it easier working out with, like your goalie partners? I know that I was walking through the locker room today, and after you guys got off the ice, there was a good 10 people doing post-game workout, or post-practice workout, I should say, like in the weight room. Now, some of them might have been also like in the steam room. Some might have been in the AT room that I didn't walk by. But I noticed that you guys seem to do a lot of things in groups, and it's not like a whole like lone soldier kind of attitude off the ice with taking care of your bodies and, taking it seriously as your profession and like being disciplined.
Yeah. So as far as me and my goalie partners go, I mean, for after practice workouts, it's a little bit different than players because players are strength. We're more like mobility and stretching. So it's more of like a cool down for us, and we'll add a little bit of weight to it, but it's good to stick with C-Mac over there. We push each other pretty well after practice.
So you're doing more stuff like with bands?
Yeah,
like free weights per se?
Yeah, like bands and like a bunch of hip mobility. That's pretty much, after practice today, all I did was hip mobility.
Do you guys do any yoga? I heard yoga is really good for like the stretching kind of stuff.
It is, but we haven't done any yoga this year, but it is very good. We do one yoga position, or two actually. We do the cow-cat stretch and then the child's pose. Okay. So that's just cool down stuff, though.
Not familiar with either one of those, but maybe we'll have a demonstration later on in the season. So you come from Rochester, New York. Mm-hmm. Also home state kind of guy. Talk about what the recruitment process was like for you, because I did some homework on you. I had read that you were going to go to college. I believe UNLV, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, you're now with the Black Bears. So, what really went into the decision to kind of skip the collegiate side of things, and then, hey, I'm ready to make this jump, and then what made you choose the Black Bears?
So, for me, it kind of just came down to, do I gamble on myself or not? And I think I obviously took it, but I wasn't really hell-bent on college. So it was just a roller coaster for college my entire junior career. So I decided to finally just like settle down, go to UNLV. But then I was like, something just didn't feel right, obviously. So then Brant Sherwood came along, and I'm here now. I mean, the decision was kind of night and day. It was between here and other places I'm not going to name, but the facilities and Brant himself, it's just, why wouldn't you want to be here,
Okay. That's a very solid answer. I like it. I like it when people tell stories of, they took a chance and it paid off for them.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen for everybody that way, but people who like believe in themselves enough to take a chance like that is, commendable and honorable in any kind of facet. So it's nice that you're not too far away from home. You can still, go back to Rochester if you need to. Make sure you have that easy pass. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah. That's the worst. I gotta put like $50 on that every other week or something.
I don't know how Andreas does it.
Where's he come from?
He's coming from Rochester.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I got to drive his car one time. Doesn't have an easy pass.
What the heck?
And I'm like, don't you do this like every week?
Oh my god.
I did it one time this summer, and I got the bill sent to my house back in Raleigh.
Right.
And they were like, oh, hey, like, we went ahead and paid this $9 for you. What were you doing in Rochester? I was like, well, that's how I got to Chicago. I had to drive from Binghamton to Syracuse to Rochester to meet up with Coach Sherwood so we could go to the free agent camp in Chicago. But, yeah, easy pass. Easy pass. And you know what? I'm surprised with, like, how those tolls are. Like, a lot of toll roads really upstate New York, and then going across the Midwest. I felt like we were on a toll road the entire time.
Oh yeah, there's like 4 on the same expressway. It's crazy.
All right, so you were playing with the Rochester Coalition, correct? That's that's AAA junior.
AAA, just I guess club.
Okay.
Hockey, yeah.
All right, and you guys won the national championship.
Yes.
How old were you when that happened?
I was 18. But I played at 18U when I was 17, so we kind of just built off that.
So you were playing up a year?
So it goes 15U, 16U, and then right to 18U.
Okay, so there's no U17.
Yeah, no, there's not.
Okay. All right, so what was it like in the process, like, of like junior, like how do you qualify for the national championship? Because I can only imagine like how many teams there are in in the country. Nonetheless, you add Canada as well,
Right,
where
yeah.
everybody's playing hockey. What's that like?
So there's different regions, and then I don't know how many, but they have a state tournament, and then you got to win the state tournament to get the bid to nationals, which we
Okay.
did. We won states and got to nationals. But for instance, my 15U Rochester Coalition team, we didn't win the state tournament, but we were still top 6 in the nation. So we got a at-large bid, they called
Okay.
it.
Yep.
So that's one of two, or those are the two ways you can qualify for nationals. But yeah, we won states my 18th
So
year.
it's kind of like the NCAA tournament. You have your automatic qualifiers.
Yep.
Win a state tournament, you're in.
Yep.
And then you have your at-large bids for states that have really good hockey programs.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
I don't know if Hawaii's involved, but I'm assuming that like Hawaii gets one team because they won the state tournament.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because 15U, we had 2 really good teams. There was us and then the Junior Sabres, and we just could not beat the Sabres. So, and then we ended up getting the at-large.
So is that Rochester like Buffalo rivalry like that? Is it that big of a deal?
Yeah, I mean, then it was. I don't know how it is now because they got Bishop Kearney in Rochester now. I'm not sure how Buffalo hockey's doing because they kind of joined forces a bit.
Okay.
But, yeah, back then it was huge. Even my 18U year, it was still huge. We played them in states. The energy was there. It was crazy. But
Okay, that's interesting. So once you're in the tournament,
Mm-hmm.
how many games do you have to win to be the national champion?
So we went 7-0. So we
Okay.
had 3 round robin games. So you can get. So we played 3 round robin games, and
Yep.
then that's pretty much like your seeding for the playoffs of nationals. And then we won all 3, and then we had. Wait, actually no, there was 4, and then we had quarters, semis, and then finals. So
Okay. So essentially you still had a ton of games to play once you just made it to the tournament. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't, and I guess it's good that it wasn't single elimination
Mm-hmm.
because you had your opportunity to play round robin, get your
Yep.
seeding, and then from there, then the knockout stage begins because by that point everybody's played some games.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay to kind of go home after one game. I've
Right.
always feel for the guys who have to travel, a couple hours. They play one game and they get bounced, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, thanks for spending all that money.
Right. Yeah, they give you a chance at least, Like you're saying, nationals, or not nationals, but hockey-wise, anyone can beat anyone. And, like, even the lower seed teams, I think one of the hardest round-robin games we had was against one of the lowest seeds. It was the Junior Blue Jackets. They always gave us a tough run, but, I mean, anyone could beat anyone. And then that's why the round-robin was huge for that tournament especially.
All right, so now that we've gotten the hockey stuff out of the way, let's talk about the fashion. And I guess it kind of does come back to hockey a little bit.
Fashion.
Got a brand new set of pads that have turned out to be a very big talking point in the YouTube chats
Really?
while the games are going on.
Yeah.
People make comments on it all the time. They are, let's set the record straight, they're not Black Bears team pads. They're just the Black Bears color scheme. But
Yep.
you have a pretty unique story about that set of pads, right? I think you were telling me about where they came from.
So the green set before that was Jake Ottinger's
Okay.
gear.
And who, for everybody back at home who might not know, who is Jake Ottinger?
Jake Ottinger is the Dallas Stars goalie currently.
Okay. And also probably going to be the United States goalie in the
Yes.
next Olympic cycle.
100% he is, yes.
So, and you said that you've talked to Jake before. You've talked to Jake before.
So, yeah, through Carter Hart, one of my old agents, Shane Clifford, we all would skate together back in the day.
Okay.
And, yeah, so.
Humble brag.
Yeah, they're all good guys. I still text Carter. He'll toss out the casual chirp every now and then. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think? How did the conversation go with Jake? Like, hey man, like, can I get your pads? Or like, you saw him like, did he put it out there somewhere that like only goalies can see that he was gonna get them?
So it was kind of like I was looking for gear, and it kind of got brought up in conversation with Shane, my old agent.
Okay.
And then he was like, here's Ottinger's number. I was like, oh, okay. And then, I mean, I just got a set of gear out of it, so it was pretty cool.
Pretty neat.
They were beat up, don't get me wrong, but hey,
Yeah. I mean,
They
I
match.
understand.
For the most part, the
Yeah.
greens didn't really line up that well, but
And that was with when you were with the Iowa Wilderness, right?
Minnesota Wilderness. Yeah.
Minnesota Wilderness, excuse me.
Yep.
Okay, so that was their color scheme as well.
Yeah. So we had a Vaughn rep in Minnesota, so I had a completely different set. It was kind of similar to my set now. There was black, and then I had the green iceberg.
Okay.
But I sold those this past summer, and then I ended up getting on a team with green again. Go figure. So
I thought that was the reason why you chose the Black Bears.
no,
Just because the colors.
I do love the colors.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I think we have the best jerseys and colors in the league, personally.
Yeah, I think EJ did a good job designing the jerseys this year, and the color
for sure.
scheme always been great, incorporating the black and green like from cities past teams, and the university, everything like that. So I think we got a really good color scheme going. It makes for really good merchandise as well.
Yeah.
You got a lovely, nice team jacket on right now. I have a quarter zip with the same logo on. We got
Waiting for some Parker coats, too.
Oh, yeah, hopefully coming soon. Intern Cole's got a good sweatshirt on here tonight. I see our good friend Derek wearing a full zip jacket as well with some good colors.
It's a nice fleece.
Yeah, it is. So, great color scheme. Remember, you can shop all the merchandise at blackbearshop.com. Got some new stuff getting ready to come out as well, so make sure you are always checking out the website. If it's on the website, that means it's in the store, and you can order online ahead of time, so that way you can pick it up ahead of the game, and you're not getting caught in those long lines at the merchandise stand. So now you're on the new set of pads, the black with green.
Yep.
How'd you find that set?
I mean,
You just had your eye out for it?
I kind of, yeah. I mean, so Macker and I actually, we kind of just like go back and forth showing each other gear, like, what's up, Mac? And then one day I was Scott Wedgwood. He's I don't know if he's still on the Dallas Stars or not, but it was his old gear. It's the same gear I have right now, same exact.
Okay.
But his were a little bit different. His knee strap is lower than mine. I get mine a little bit higher. So.
Okay. You just brought up something. You mentioned knee strap, and you
Yes.
made me remember something. Okay, so go ahead. Continue your point.
So Wedgwood's pads, they're the same size as mine, but his knee was lower, and I couldn't do that. So I found the same exact set. I was like, hey, I want these. But the only thing was they were just black on silver, so I just took a little bit of fabric paint and then painted it green. It's kind of coming off now, but I'm trying to find an
Look at that.
alternative right now. But we got the Black Bears stickers on them.
Hockey goalie by day, artist by night.
I got 'em.
Painting his pads green. How about that, everybody? Also, you added the Black Bear sticker to it. I
yeah,
saw.
I did. I like those, actually. I
All
think
right.
That's a good touch.
Hadn't seen somebody do that before. But you mentioned the knee pad. Something happened in the game on, was it Wednesday or Saturday?
That was Wednesday, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
Wednesday. Something happened that I had never seen before in hockey. So you made a great save on a Danbury breakaway. The trail man came in and was able to score the rebound. But in the process, one of your teammates collided with you, and he ripped your leg pad completely off of your leg.
Yeah.
And you were just sitting there bare bones, like on your right leg. What was going through your head when that happened?
So I didn't even notice it came off. So I made the first save, and then I went to like push across to make the second save, and then all of a sudden I'm stuck. So I spun myself around in like desperation, but ended up scoring. But as I'm like trying to get up, I'm like, something doesn't feel right, and I look down, my entire right pad's just gone. I was like, that is so I watched it, and Nikita, when I went to push over, I opened up my right leg, and then like his skate or leg got caught up on the part that was open, and then I guess me pushing this way, him going that way, just completely took off my pad.
Oh, yeah?
I can't believe that happened either. It was so weird, but
That hasn't happened to you before?
never.
Okay.
I've never
All right,
even
first
seen
time
that
for
before
everybody.
either. Yeah.
Well, thanks for being demonstrative for our friends at home on YouTube. Of
course.
Using the hand motions about you going this way, Nikita going that way, and the leg going this way, and the pad going that way.
I
So,
talk with my hands sometimes.
That's good. That's good. That's okay. Sometimes that helps people out.
Yeah.
Paints the picture.
Yeah.
All right, so that was that was crazy.
Yeah, it was different.
You guys responded well to it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, strapped right back up. Saturday's game, got in the face of a couple guys, everything like that. Now, rumor has it you've been looking for a little rumble. So far, no one's taking a bite so far.
Nah.
What's up with that?
I don't know. I'm just having fun with it.
Yeah.
I think.
You think someone's gonna go?
Maybe.
Okay.
Probably not, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
I guess we have to box pretty soon. I guess that's what I've been hearing.
Me and you?
That's what I've been told.
That's not gonna be fun.
No, I don't want to do it.
I know. I don't want to do that to you.
No, let's not do that.
Okay. Well, maybe that's a story for a different day.
We gotta talk about it more.
Yeah. No 2-hit fights around here.
No.
So, all right. Well, Sam, you played 2 out of the 3 games. How's the recovery process for a goalie different than a skater?
I don't know. Maybe harder on the groin and hips for us. Ice bath for sure.
Would you say you prefer the ice bath to the sauna?
I do for sure.
Okay.
Sauna and I don't really get along.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't know. It makes me feel drowsy, but
Not a place you want to fall asleep.
No, I don't know. It kind of your chains heat up and it starts burning your skin. It hurts. But ice bath for sure. So recovery purposes, it almost completely refreshes my legs personally, but you got to do it consistently for me. A lot of stretching, cool down stretches, hip mobility.
Yeah.
Preach on it. So
That's good. I mean, hammer home the point. Would you say that that's the biggest thing that a young goaltender needs to learn is like taking care of their body off of the ice with like the mobility and the stretching side of things?
100%. I've had hip issues for a while, but
Any surgeries yet?
Not yet.
All right.
We've been putting that one off. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, you just gotta. Now that I'm back into the swing of hockey, like playing and working out and stretching consistently, I feel a lot better. But in the off season, you gotta I will preach on stretching every single. Even if you're not doing anything, like if you're going out with friends that day, stretch in the morning, stretch in the night. It'll pay off in the long run. Trust me. It's not fun when your hips are burning after a game, but. Especially during, actually.
Yeah. All right. Well, for anybody out there in the STHA or one of our youth programs here in the area, heard it right here from Sam, taking care of the body off of the ice. Just as important is what you're doing on the ice. Sam, appreciate you coming out here tonight. Thank you for the time.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. That is Black Bears goaltender Sam Lavecchi. We're taking a timeout, wrap up the show right after this.
The Black Bears return home on December 1st at 7 p.m. for Teddy Bear Toss Night, presented by 98-1 The Hawk. All the stuffed animals thrown onto the ice will be donated to the Crime Victims Assistance Center. Grab your tickets now at BinghamtonBlackBears.com. We can't wait to see you there. Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
Wanting more Black Bears hockey? Season tickets are on sale. Visit BinghamtonBlackBears.com or call the front office at 607-722-7367 to learn more.
Want to thank everybody for tuning in for another edition of the Good Times with Coach Show. My thank yous to Brant Sherwood and Sam Lavecchi for joining me here on the show tonight. Let us know who you want to see next time here on the Coaches Show, and we're trying to wrangle them up and get them to sit down for a couple of minutes and talk hockey and life off of the ice as well. Don't forget, Friday night, Teddy Bear Toss Night presented by our friends over at 98.1 The Hawk. If you bring a stuffed animal to throw on the ice when the Black Bears score, you will receive a buy one, get one free voucher for the game on New Year's Eve. Last year's total, just over 1,200, and we are trying to surpass that once again this year. 2 years in a row, we've climbed up. Help us continue to do so by bringing as many stuffed animals as you can. Want to say a big thanks to our producers, Bobby and Cole, tonight, helping us get set up, and a special shout out to Josh, who FaceTimed in, helping us getting one of the cameras working on tonight. Again, apologies for the late start here tonight, but we do thank you for your patience as we work through this process. The next Good Times with Coach show will be on December 12th, Tuesday, 6 p.m. It'll be the final show of 2023. We will recap the weekend down in North Carolina and get you ready for the holiday season. For everybody at the Binghamton Black Bears, I'm Brooks Hill signing off. Thank you again for tuning in to another edition of the Tully's Good Times with Coach show. Have a good one.